another sad story. I'ma tell you about all my glory. I done came real far, I done went real hard, I deserve it all. But life's been hard, but I came too far. Life's been hard. Get real, I spent some time on Mars. Life's been hard. When the 808 hit, hey, get on your feet and praise it. Throw your hood up and tell me where you from. Twist your fingers. I got these bottles in the trunk. It's summer 26 and we bout to fuck it up. Said we bout to fuck it up. Hey, do your dance. I'ma do it with no hands. It's been cold too long. It's summer 26 and we bout to fucking ball. When the 808 hit, hey, get on your feet and praise it. Throw your hood up and tell me where you from. Twist your fingers. I got these bottles in the trunk. It's summer 26 and we bout to fuck it up. Said we bout to fuck it up. Hey, do your dance. I'ma do it with no hands. The road too long, and the road is long. You gotta stay 10 toes, stay real strong. I ain't been out the way, you don't know what I've been on. Twist my fingers with my hands. I ain't grab. I've been through it all. I've been through it all. Been through it all. Still got a couple niggas locked in the vault. Still got a couple niggas locked in the vault. Silence of it all. I done caught a couple fades. I done drunk a couple Jones. I deserve it all. This is not another sad story. I'ma tell you about all my glory. I done came real far, I done went real hard, I deserve it all. But life's been hard, but I came too far. Life's been hard. Get real, I spent some time on Mars. Life's been hard. When the 808 hit, hey, get on your feet and praise it. Throw your hood up and tell me where you from. Twist your fingers. I got these bottles in the trunk. It's summer 26 and we bout to fuck it up. Said we bout to fuck it up. Hey, do your dance. I'ma do it with no hands. It's been cold too long. It's summer 26 and we bout to fucking ball. When the 808 hit, hey, get on your feet and praise it. Throw your hood up and tell me where you from. Twist your fingers. I got these bottles in the trunk. It's summer 26 and we bout to fuck it up. Said we bout to fuck.
They can see us. Okay, silence.
Israel is a settler colonial state.
Oh yeah, well, we're not on TikTok. Fuck Israel.
It's
You mean is not real?
not real.
The chat is
I said what I
showing
said.
us
I'm not taking it back.
He said I said what I said. Well, hello everybody. What's going on? These are the collective of individuals I have brought forward today for tribute. No. Hi, everybody. This is the End Times Podcast. How's it going? I just realized you guys won't be able to see the chat unless you're looking at it, so I'll just read.
Can't see the chat.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got it pulled up on the other monitor.
But I can just read
Actually.
stuff to you. Wazam with it collective.
Is the chat on TikTok?
Because I'm not live on TikTok. No, it's on YouTube though. That's where the majority of the people are. You can also use Twitch, but YouTube is probably where a lot more people comment.
Hey, do me a quick solid. Click on Social Stream Ninjas and click reconnect where it says YouTube.
It's working on YouTube, isn't it?
It's showing the TikTok chat, but it's not showing the
You
YouTube
mean
chat.
Twitch chat?
Yeah, it's showing the Twitch chat, not the YouTube chat. My bad.
Where? Reload all.
Yeah. And then it should say next to YouTube itself, like auto connect or auto find source.
Auto find and activate.
Yep.
I mean, I'm clicking it. No live. Oh wait, what's it doing? It's doing stuff.
Should be good now. You just minimize it.
Did it come up? Because it's just opening up another.
Here, I'll test it out.
All right, whatever. If it doesn't, trashy, oh well.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
wow.
Nah, fuck it, I don't care. Hey, what's going on, everybody? All right. I didn't have we didn't have a script. We're just freeballing this. So, I hope everybody's 2 weeks of us not doing this as well and swell. A lot has happened in the last 2 weeks, and I think I'm gonna let the best public speaker take it off, which is Sissy. Go ahead.
Oh, boo. I hate this game. Yeah, a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. I think I wish he was here, but we could probably start with the fact that Endemic got arrested. And Triv and Bradley, you guys live in New York and you were there. So if you want to walk us through that.
We weren't there.
Sure.
He got arrested by himself.
That's
He
true.
showed up after.
Oh, well, you're more there than I am.
And he did just show up, but he's not going to be on just quite yet. But yeah, it was crazy because this was like I don't know, we were looking for something to, I guess, report on. And I'm part of this Signal chat group here in New York. It's not even a Signal chat group, it's like through Instagram. And they talked about council member Chiose getting arrested because of the deed theft that we've been reporting on at 212 Jefferson Ave. And
Shout out to the Michael Jackson movie. Make sure you go watch that in theaters.
yes. And oh yeah, we're live. He's here.
Yo, I just want to say real quick, we should all be plugging this fucking airline shit where we're buying the airline. Like,
Yes, buy Spirit Airlines.
Fucking real-time needs with socialism and co-ops. The pledge already has like $24 million fucking dollars.
Yes, everybody buy Spirit Airlines.
Genuinely, we should all push that. That's like a real socialist fucking need that can be plugged in real time with like a co-op. And yes, like please.
Anyway,
Also,
he'll be here later to talk about his whole fucking circumstance situation.
So some of the comments we got real quick just to fill in is somebody said I didn't know deed theft was a thing until y'all. And yes, watching that unfold overnight was so fun. When we were sitting outside the precinct and I was just cussing.
Yeah, we need to figure out a way that all of us can see the comments so that we can react to them.
Just go to YouTube.
So if you open up YouTube or Twitch and just watch, the comments are popping up on the screen now. It is working. But I wanted to say, because we saw Endemic, I have his link for his GoFundMe pinned on the Twitch chat for Triv. So if you go to Twitch, the link is pinned. You'll see it right there.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I can't remember. So yeah, we found out obviously I didn't even know he got arrested. I was one wheeling in like Union Center or whatever, like somewhere over here. And I got a call from Trev. He's like, "Did you hear what happened to Endemic?" I was like, "Well, yeah, he just reported on the thing." He just made a video like a minute before this. He made that video just showing what happened. And then he's like, "No, he got arrested." I'm like, "Fuck." So I started zooming my ass back home. And then we went to the precinct and we waited, and y'all saw a lot of what happened after that, I guess. And it was crazy because we didn't even know what the hell he got arrested for. And what he did get arrested for was preposterous in itself. So if you don't know, he basically went in there with his camera and he wanted to show this woman who was parked illegally right by a fire hydrant, and she couldn't move her car because she was there for the protest. But she's like, she even told the cops, she's like, just write me a ticket. And they said, you gotta move your car. And she's like, I can't, there's nowhere to move it. And then they ripped her out of the fucking car and dislocated her shoulder.
Well, hold on. I gotta adjust it just a little bit. So basically,
sorry,
no, you're good. She parked in front of the fire hydrant. She parked in a cop's parking only spot, apparently. They asked her to move, and then she parked in front of a fire hydrant. When she parked in front of the fire hydrant, the same officer walked up to her and said, "You need to move. You're getting a ticket or some shit." Yep. And then they went back and forth for a second, and then he snatched her out of the car and dislocated her shoulder.
Right. Yes. And then they like booked. I don't know. They didn't book her, but they took her in. And then Endemic like went there with his phone. He was about to leave actually, and then he's like, "You know what? Fuck this." And he went back in there. And then you saw the video. If you've watched his video, that's what happened. And yeah, and then we showed up. And it's funny because he took a scooter there and he left the scooter outside. Y'all don't know this probably. And it was outside for like 3 hours. Luckily, the people that were part of the protests were like so cool and awesome, and they like watched it for him because they're like, where the hell did he go? And they didn't have any clue, but we showed up and it was there. So that's another little side story that was pretty fun to see the scooter there. I did not expect that. And yeah,
Okay, I can see them now.
I was going to say my favorite part was as Brad's relaying all this to me that night. He goes, I mean, the one good thing, if there's a good thing, is I made a lot of contacts, and I started laughing so hard, and I go, "Did you just rosebud thorn your way through what happened tonight?" In terms of like, like this really bad thing happened, but we like made good connections, and also,
mind you, that's every day. I could be like, "Yo, I got a flat tire." He said, "On the brighter thing, you're alive."
I mean, for sure. I just was not expecting it, and I cried.
Rosebud thorning is actually the only way that I'm getting through anything at all these days.
yes, thank you.
In this economy, like, yeah.
Mine's pure hatred. Honestly,
like,
if it wasn't for
the world
hate,
is on fire, but I'm kind of cold, so
if it wasn't for hatred, I wouldn't be alive.
Marijuana, nicotine, spite.
If I didn't hate as many people as I did, I would probably just be like, you know what, life's good. I live to, ruin a select group of people's lives.
Appropriate. Yeah, you're doing your duty.
I'll wait it out.
But
I'll come to your goddamn. I don't give a fuck if I'm 75 with a goddamn walker. I'm coming to your cemetery, your little headstone. I'm spitting on it. I'm waiting for the day. I refuse. There is 5 people on a list, everybody, that I will not die until they die first.
There's all the people that I hate are essentially over the age of 65, and most of them are public figures. And so me and my friend said that in the next couple of years for our girls trip, we were just gonna like do a funeral tour and go to everybody's memorials, but be like really disruptive and disrespectful. And I think that that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Well, my 5 people are not old; they're around my age, so we're just playing. They don't even know we're playing the game. I check up. I check up on them every 6 to 9 months just to see if they're still kicking. Actually, I'm wrong. One of them is already dead.
Okay, one down.
Yeah, he was old. It was this dude he was on TikTok. That piece of shit. He hated me since Vine. That's a whole story. We don't got to go into it. That motherfucker's hated me since Vine. He died from overdosing on crack. I'm up. He's 6 feet under. We're in there.
That's that rose.
If anybody ever wants to know how much I fucking... That's how petty I am. When I found out he died, I Googled his what's it called at a funeral?
Obituary.
To see how many people showed up and how many relatives. It nobody. Not a fucking soul. His wife didn't even
shout out to Cam Squatch real quick, but Rudy Giuliani is in the hospital in critical condition.
Oh, is it a good day?
It is a good day.
Wait, what? Heart attack?
I'm getting that information now, but all I've got is his spokesman said he's in critical condition at the hospital.
Damn, that's so cool.
Yes!
I mean, what? Wow.
Hey, but listen.
I felt similar.
Do you see? As we're talking about it, this is what I'm talking about. It's okay. Listen, it's not okay to wish death on somebody. It's okay to celebrate when they die.
Oh, I do both.
I was about to say, I wish death.
Yeah, there's lots of people who are frozen in ice cubes in my freezer right now. I'm plotting on you.
I'm not breaking fuck the news guy. Talk amongst yourselves.
I think it's natural to wish death upon someone you hate, but my practice is like hate the action, love the individual. It's almost impossible to do that with these people. It's like they're in the Epstein files, you know.
Like and really love the unusual is so.
You guys are.
I always feel like what
I just made. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I love that for you. No, you're good. I always feel like when people are like, "Oh, you can hate the behavior, but like you have to love the person," it's just an excuse for the person to never have to take accountability.
You know what I say every time somebody says that to me?
Yes, exactly.
I look them dead in their eyes. I make them make eye contact with me. I don't care if we're fucking nostril to nostril, and I say Hitler, and I say go.
and I practice non-harm, but I see harm being done by someone. I have to stop the harm. Like that is practicing non-harm, if you ask me.
Exactly.
So,
I also think that we need to remember that self-defense is not actually harm.
yeah,
I love that.
right.
Yes.
And
Which
these people are in the files, like I said before. So.
Yes. And or like I think about us up here with ICE.
Yeah.
I wanted more people to put hands on them, and
I think saying that self-defense is not harm is a really good reoccurring theme for where we are right now, like politically, especially when we're talking about, you know, and I know that I mentioned it before we got on the stream, but I'm really, really interested in like these warehouse fires and the way that's being projected as harm. That's self-defense. Like there are some things that are overtly harmful, and there are some things that you're asking for when you deny people like their right to live.
And you have to read. Oh, go ahead.
Trying to imply that it would be anything but self-defense is essentially just an abusive, a replication of an abusive cycle or like a Darbo, right?
And we don't talk about financial harm that they bring. We don't talk about a lot of
harm and
types of harm
exploitation
that they bring. Yes. I mean, what the hell?
Yep.
These are things we never talk about. We don't. They can, like, they are the arbiters of deciding what is harm and what isn't harm. So we need to redefine what that is. Again, financial harm is a harm that they do every fucking day.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
Which is why I really wish that we had been doing these streams whenever the man with the bad gums got his lick back.
We are on TikTok? Charlie fucking Kirk.
Oh, I just don't like to say his name. I have to brush my teeth after.
No, you got to say it in vain. You got to be like, fuck Charlie Kirk, and then say it.
Oh, fuck him and his evil ass wife. I hate.
Oh, thank God somebody said it. I remember we covered it the day it actually happened.
She's not even a white woman. She's Syrian.
What do you mean?
She's Syrian.
She's still white and Syrian. Yeah, she's still white.
Hey. We have to hammer on the fact that is a Middle Eastern woman with Christian values.
I hate her. I don't know.
In a part of Syria that would not be Christian. I'm just saying.
The evil parts of her eyes just make me like, they give me the heebies.
The funniest video of Triv's is the drive-by cry video. I feel like that's the hardest I've laughed anyway. And I've seen a lot of these videos.
Because she keep doing this shit. Man, that bitch is getting on my nerves. That video of her breathing in the... I thought that shit was fake.
It's kind of scary.
I thought it was AI.
I wish y'all had seen him the day it actually happened. We were streaming it live, and me and Triv said the most out-of-pocket shit as soon as it happened.
Maybe if we bully her enough, she'll have a Britney Spears moment. You know, I fuck with Britney Spears, though, but maybe she'll just start shaving her head on camera. Maybe we just get down to it.
I need her to go farther than that.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn.
Like, maybe...
Like, I don't feel bad for wishing horrible things on these people. That's the devil reincarnated.
I just wasn't expecting you to say that. That was my reaction.
No, like, fuck shaving her head. I know tons of baddies who are bald. I need that bitch out of here.
I know a bridge she can walk off of. Like, that's where I'm at.
A short one, too.
Damn. Sissy gonna be a funny ass grandma. She gonna be like, I don't know why you keep bringing that bitch to my house. What's her name? That little hussy. Tell her to get her little fast ass out of my house. Grandma, why are you talking about her like that? Because the last time I was in here, she had her ass out. I can hear Sissy now. Calling me all kinds of bitches in my house.
I'm here for the hotties. Have your ass out, but don't bring that fuck ass man in my house.
That's the reason why I threw in the bitch word. Had to, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, it's always going to be at the men. I hate men.
Me personally, get everybody the fuck out of my house. Man and woman. I don't know why you got all these little niggas up in my house. Get everybody the fuck out. This nigga's ass is out. Why is he sagging? Get him the fuck out of here. I'm gonna find different shit to find a problem.
You need people in your house. I feel like you need people in your house, Triv, because you always want to tell somebody a fucking story.
No, I don't. I haven't. First, the fuck off. Why you trying to attack me? I haven't said shit this whole time. I've been over here minding my motherfucking business for real.
It's your live.
Okay, it's our podcast. I'm letting the woman take the front end this time.
Just this time?
Can a nigga mind his business? No. There's always a white man. Look at you. Look at you.
And I can't say anything.
He's gonna look
back.
at the chat. He's gonna look up at the chat like, damn. All right, go ahead. Sorry. I'm done. Go ahead. Oh, all right. Well, nobody wants to talk. So, yeah, we had the FBI and shit come to the house.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about. 7 a.m. rolls around. Next day. Okay, actually, yeah, it was the next day after he got released. So he
7:42 a.m. I remember because I looked at my phone
No,
because I was irritated.
it was like 2 or 3 days. I'm sorry. I think it was like 2 or 3 days later because he got released on Saturday and then they came out Tuesday. So yeah, 7 a.m. whatever the fuck. And you woke me up because I mean, sometimes we get up at the same time, but Triv's usually up at whatever the fuck hours of the night because he's like a vampire and he doesn't sleep and you know. But he knocks on my door and he's like, the FBI and the Secret Service are here. I'm like, fucking A. And I knew it was what it was for already. And honestly, Sean and I, or Endemic and I, went in a little aggressive.
Can I do the reenactment first?
Triv was the calm. Yeah. Go ahead.
So before Brad finishes that, yeah, because he's about to say Triv was the calm one, because they caught me too early in the morning.
He was.
When I open the door, I hear, "Hi, we're looking for Sean Worley. We're wondering if Sean Worley lives here." I'm like, "Who are you?" "I'm with the FBI, and this is Secret Service." I looked up. I said, "Oh." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, give me a minute." Okay. That's exactly how he talked. All right, now you can finish. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I guess it wasn't the calm one because it was so early, and you were the calm one because it was so early. It's kind of we flip flopped a little bit, maybe. But I didn't even know what the hell was going on, and I kind of went in there with my phone out and everything. Like, what the fuck is your name? What the fuck is your badge number? They don't even have badge numbers, but I asked for it. And they're like, and I didn't realize that they already identified themselves when Triv talked to them already. And go ahead, Triv. Oh no, and then Sean or Endemic kind of did the same thing. And then they like basically were gonna walk away.
Man, these white, the white boys was in this crib tripping. The white boys was in this motherfucker we was freedom fighters in 1965, and the Chicago PD was about to bang down the door and knock out the Panthers. They was out this bitch ready to. But listen, strategically, we were not in the winning position here. There's not there's not even a baseball bat in this house yet.
Yeah, I know. I know. Mm-hmm. I didn't really think of that. It was too early, man. I wasn't really thinking at all.
Fucking Terminator and John Brown were out there fucking wilding.
No, I'm T2-1000 because he's metal, you know. But anyway, and then they ended up going downstairs and Triv. Well, actually, Triv was like, "Hey, can you just wait down in the lobby and give me like 10 minutes?" And I'll talk to Endemic, or I'll talk to Sean, and hopefully
he can in the middle of that conversation, dude was like, "Oh man, I really appreciate that. What's your name?" I said, "No." No. He said,
Yeah.
He was like, "No." He's like, "It's just for the report. I'm gonna go get the person you're looking for, and I'll be right back, nigga." Because what? No.
Yeah. Right. Because what do you need my name for, bitch?
Mhm.
Please.
I acted the same way when I had bounty hunters come through my house. I was like, "I'll give you everything you need."
Wait,
but I swear
stop.
to God,
we're not flying past that.
Oh, what you want? You want the full story?
I was gonna come back to it. Bounty hunters for what? What kind of bounty? What kind of hunter?
So my dad had a girlfriend. Her son had a warrant. They came looking for him, and they came through my front door while I was.
What was the warrant for that it had to be a bounty hunter?
Usually, bounty hunters are for failed court appearances or being on the run.
Sure.
What's it for?
So she's like,
So basically, they came in on my morning smoke sesh. They walked right. They just kicked my door in. They came right on in, and they were like, "We're looking for so and so." And I said, "This is where he's at. You can go get him. Leave me the fuck out of it."
Damn, you got to tell him like that. Hold on, nephew.
That. You know why? Because I can stand that motherfucker. I just that quick. I didn't give a fuck. Get out. Go.
I do want to know what that bounty is for, but I respect his public privacy. But I want to know after the stream is done.
Yo, first off, everything about this whole entire conversation got petty. He's petty for going, nah, he's over here, and you're petty for saying public privacy.
It's just public privacy, but there's nothing wrong with spilling tea in the chat. Wow. I need to know everything.
Okay. I was gonna say, or it took him like 10 minutes before Sean came down and actually talked to him, and then when he did, I'm not even sure how the conversation went. Actually, he recorded it. I think he made a video with it.
It went.
Do you want us to talk?
He did make a video.
Do you want us to talk to your lawyer, Sean? Yeah, I do. Okay.
And I don't think they got it.
I just need them two crackers to know, are y'all gonna keep coming back to this house? They said no. I said cool. And that was all I needed to know. Then he gonna ask why. I said, bro, I just need to know if you niggas is coming back or not. Because in my mind, we ain't prepared.
No. We were not.
I mean, even if they say no, that they're not coming back, I think you should prepare for them to be back.
Then I'm gonna booby trap this bitch like Home Alone.
Precisely my suggestion.
I'll hook a battery up to the door every time I go to sleep. Tell everybody we ain't leaving the house.
Nail,
if you need to leave this house, you better leave now, because I'm about to hook a car battery from an F-150 up to this bitch and get jiggy. Finna have somebody in this bitch looking like fried sushi in this motherfucker. Sorry.
We're doing it all.
Did you say fried sushi? I can't let that go.
You can. First off, you can fry sushi.
Just because you can do something doesn't mean that
and it's motherfucking. Have you ever eaten anything fried? You ever ate a fried Oreo, Sissy?
Sissy, yeah, when you go to Minnesota, we'll go to my favorite sushi spot, and they have my favorite deep fried roll.
Mm-hmm.
Try it once, but yeah, fried Oreos are nasty.
Fried sushi is better than raw sushi.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, we have to move on before I start getting violent.
Yeah, we can move on. And then we started. So they left. And we haven't seen or heard from them so far since, so knock on wood for that. And then we kind of got involved with 212 Jefferson, more because we went back, just because we thought they were going to pull this fucking unlawful deed theft again. Because when we got there was like 25 cops that were waiting at the corner, and there were other neighbors that were helping. Identify these people, but they were like walking around there. Okay, let me make a distinction, because there were regular cops, and then there were cops in plain clothes, and then there were Israeli whatever the fuck cops. I don't even know what you call them. What were they, Trev? Do you remember?
Are they IDF here?
Wait, who? What?
Those cops that were walking through.
Well, sorry, Reporter Triv's coming in. The locals were saying that they were Jewish cops. They handed cards that said that they were Eternal Affairs.
That's what it says on the card. I mean, whatever. Anyway, they were walking through, trying to intimidate or some shit, because they walked right through the protesters. I got it on video, actually. And then there were like instances of like cops like.
Well, touch base more on what Brad said.
Taking pictures.
I did almost go to jail right there. So the reason why though is because there was the woman who got her arm twisted up. Her and her daughter were like really talking shit to these cops, and then he kept trying to talk to her daughter. She wasn't responding to him, and then I stood in between him and her. Probably not one of my best decisions, but still stood in between him and her, because that's just naturally in me. Ergo, why these pictures exist. And the other cop that was with him was in the driver's seat, because he's chauffeuring the other guy around. But he says something. The guy who's talking to her, I said, bro, she doesn't want to talk to you, just get in the car. Then the other officer starts getting in the car, and he tries to say something to her. I said, why the fuck are both you grown ass men keep trying to talk to this lady? She don't want to talk to you. He gonna get out the car and say, what'd you say? I said what I said, you bitch ass nigga. He was like, can you just move out of the way? Yeah, because you're a bitch. Because now because now at this point, you done got out the car, stood up, and acted like you was going to do something to me. I'm ready. I said this shit out loud right at that moment. Brad remembers I said it very loud. If I ever go back to jail, y'all going to have a reason. It'll be like, y'all walking in that goddamn courtroom like Medea did them 4 cops when they try to get her on that fucking suspended license. You finna walk in that bitch with a neck brace. Did Triv assault 6? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Too damn big to be letting some little scrawny motherfucker with a pistol on his hip throw me around. You got me fucked up. You gonna have to shoot me. I ain't going back. Fuck that. Sorry.
And anyway, the cops ended up like, I don't know if any like public pressure and politicians did their magic, because all the cops ended up not being there anymore. And we ended up leaving because there wasn't any presence and they weren't going to do anything, even though we kind of thought they were. So we stuck around for a little bit longer, but it wasn't. I feel like the more we shed light on these issues, the more real things happen. That's why when we were in Ohio, the public pressure with the G90, whatever the fuck group, happened. That same thing happened with this deed theft. I feel like when you get a little bit of light and you shine it on the darkness, people pay attention to that shit, and then public pressure creates these things to change. So that's sort of what we're doing, and we're doing it with this. Anyway, sorry. I don't know if you had anything. Yeah.
What did you just apologize for?
Because she's waving. I don't know if you had something, Maria.
Nah, she's fucking with me, bro.
Why? What the hell? I'm so loud.
I will say before we move on, excuse me, to the next topic, there is an ad break about to start. So if anybody needs to run to the bathroom, grab a drink, we can just take a second.
Nah, you ain't going nowhere. Shit in your hand.
Oh.
What?
Yo,
and so I think the next thing we should talk about when we come back is unlawful behavior in prison.
Yeah.
Prison. Like there was a video I just watched on my Instagram reels on TikTok of a grown man, who on a podcast said, y'all don't use your hands when you use the bathroom, and then it slowly creeps into realizing he shits in his hand and drops it in the toilet. Because he says, y'all just shit in the toilet and let the water splash up. And like, grown man, mind you, 30-something, 40-something years old. And he's in the middle. Yeah, I'll pull the clip up.
No.
I'm not shaking my head like I don't believe you. I'm saying I'm shaking my head like, no, that's not okay.
Sissy, he's one of us.
Oh.
He's a nigga.
He's one of you.
No.
He's one of you.
No, he's black. We would have been in them fields together. Don't do that.
I would have been in the house.
No. Was that better?
That's so fucking gross.
No, it was worse. But if I had been in the house, I would have learned how to use plants to kill men, and that's a life skill that I aspire to know by the time I'm dead. So,
a lot of like revolutionary women back in the day did that. I read something about that recently, actually.
Yeah, I think we should talk about that too, especially in light of the new decision where you can't get the abortion pill mailed to you anymore. And as a girl that lives in Texas, that's not really cool with me.
Yeah, it's just another way for men to implement their fucking patriarchal bullshit onto, all this. And yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I like that you have that shirt.
I'm just saying.
This is what I wear to protest.
Nah, I wanted to say, so the video I made about Rudy Giuliani was like the Grim Reaper keep missing his target, and there's thousands of people in the comment, like hundreds, well not hundreds. I mean, there's a couple 50 ball probably now of people
like 10 people in the comments, and they all saying the same thing.
They're
guys.
excited. I know you ain't talking. They're all excited.
Look at how big his head is now. Just like.
Now they're just. I was laughing earlier because it's like 40 people in the comments. They're all like, "Oh well." Like, oh, good news. Can't believe you gave me good news today. Everybody wish that motherfucker would die, so we're not alone.
I'm telling you, I got a list of like 10 people, all over the age of 65. I'm counting, the clock is counting down.
Is Rudy on that list?
Yes.
Okay.
And directly after him, they're in order of who I hate the most. Rudy is like, I should put Drake on the list. Chris Brown is on the list.
Drake's on my list.
He should be.
Rudy is like 7. Directly after him is Mitch McConnell.
Oh my god! I can't believe
I hope Mitch McConnell's in public. I hate to say it, but I just like.
Can I be real? Barron Trump's on the list.
Yes, Barron Trump is on the list.
Sissy, if Rudy goes and then McConnell goes, we don't need to buy you that Etsy witch. Like, you've got it yourself, right?
Yes.
Speaking of Etsy witches, there's also another clip I just watched of a cop who arrested a guy who was from Haiti, in like Florida, and he had like tinfoil, and they go to open it, and the cop goes, "What is this?" And he says, "That's voodoo." And he says, "Go ask her; she'll tell you all about it." So he goes to his sister. The sister standing there. The cop goes, "What is this?" And she's like, "Oh, that's voodoo." And he goes, "Okay." And he's opening it with a knife, and he's like, "Why is it? So if I test, it's not gonna be drugs?" And she was like, "No, it's not gonna be drugs. I don't think he do drugs. He just into voodoo." And then he goes, "Am I safe?" White man cracked the fuck up. He was dead serious. He didn't give a fuck about the arrest no more. He said, "Am I safe?"
No.
Sorry, back on topic. I just had to get that out. That was funny.
No, I love that. I think everybody should have a spell jar in their house.
Mm-hmm.
I think my free will of hate is just strong enough to get people out of here. Like when that dude died of crack overdose, I'm like, yes. The other dude I hate, he ain't died. He did 15 years in prison though. He's still locked up. So that list is shrinking quick.
I love that for you.
Thanks.
I want to talk about the ICE hiring that private company to help with detention.
So I actually did hear about that. Yeah. You could talk about it first though, Brett, if you want.
Well, I don't know if we're doing this ad break or whatever.
We're already back. We're good.
Oh, nice. Period. How long was it?
3 minutes.
That's fun fact. That's the reason why I was bullshitting without talking about something serious.
Oh, everything I said is something I would have said publicly.
Yeah. So basically, they hired this private organization to help with. It says in pursuing minors in the U.S. Just reading this really, it's hard for me to read this. Like it's physically hard for me to fucking read this shit, just because I've already read so many like other stories about horrific things happening in detention facilities, and I used to work in a detention facility. I used to work in Guantanamo, and I don't know if it like has anything to do with my fucking trauma that I experienced while I was there, but it's very hard for me to read about detention in general. Especially when it involves kids. And we all know what they're capable of doing. ICE in general is capable of doing, and what they've already done, and there's proof of it. And then to find out that this company is MVM, which is a longtime security contractor based in Ashburn, Virginia, with about 2,500 employees.
And a bad track record.
Yeah, a terrible track record. It's horrific. And the fact that we even are doing this, and it's just, I don't know who makes these decisions. Is it like the direct, like the
Stephen Miller?
Is that what it is? I mean, that doesn't shock me at all if that's who it is. It probably is.
It's a combination force. If you haven't noticed with this White House and this administration, no decision comes from one sole person. It has to be at least 3 of them collectively, and they have to have a dick. Sorry. Go ahead, Maria.
Well, and I was going to say that they're doing this all contractually, so that there's less of a paper trail through the actual.
Yes, I was going to mention that.
Also, it's like what they did in Vietnam. Is if anybody goes to jail, they can pinpoint, like the example of those soldiers who, for the massacre that they committed, they made sure that those soldiers all went down because they didn't want that to fall on the army. They said these soldiers acted on their own. This is what it's like, kind of what the Russians did with the Wagner group, right? They used the Wagner group to commit war crimes, and then when the leader of the Wagner group was going to take over Russia from Putin, and he was going to march his troops there, they had to get him to agree, because one of the reasons, a lot of people don't know this, that was being talked about on Signal Chats, is that he was ready to rebel because of how many heinous acts the Wagner group had committed against Ukrainian and other people, because they are a military militia. And the one major thing that made him do that was when they found all those bodies buried in Ukraine from that, when they slaughtered that entire village of people. They tried to put all the blame in Russia on the Wagner group, and he wasn't having that. It's kind of the same concept here. So if these people commit heinous acts, like killing another person, the United States government can essentially go, wasn't us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they do every time.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, Maria, I feel like that's a huge, safety net for them, because they don't want to disclose what they're spending their money on. Like they don't want to disclose how many potential minors. It says I want to read this too. This is what you were talking about, Susie. In 2024, MVM was sued by 2 Guatemalan fathers and their respective children in a California federal court for alleged torture, enforced disappearance, and cruel, inhumane, and degrading treatment, according to the lawsuit. So right there, it says MVM physically took thousands of children away from their parents and transferred them to shelters. The lawsuit said MVM transported and harbored these children using unmarked vehicles, commercial airlines, and makeshift detention centers. Which is exactly what we're seeing right now. I feel like a lot of these detention centers are for these specific purposes. These ones that they're building out of nowhere, and for I feel like a future where there's apartheid, where it looks like we look like Israel, basically. That's what I feel like they want to gravitate towards. These fucking people in Palantir, all of these enormous corporate powers want us to be like that.
Well,
they don't.
I was gonna say, to add on to what you're saying too. They also have closed Alcatraz for tours because they're going to reopen that prison as a new immigration. They did. I looked it up, so they did close it for a time period because they were going to start doing remodeling for it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they like nixed that now.
They keep saying that, but then it's still closed. Like they're still not doing tours because it's in limbo. But
they're not doing tours, but they still are holding migrants there.
What, Alcatraz? No, Alcatraz know that. They have to remodel the entire prison. It's the one on the island, Sissy, in California.
Oh no, I'm thinking about Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, I was like, no.
There's definitely still migrants there.
No, not in Florida. No, not in Florida. They're committing war crimes down that bitch.
Yeah.
Well,
they lost. What's the number now? Like 4,000 migrants that they've actively lost down there.
Still haven't found them.
Let's talk about all the migrants they're sending to South Sudan.
I just wanted to say real quick, that the contract they're having with this MVM company is supposed to go 1 year, but the agents, like you said, it says that that it's the whatever they're paying them is the amount ICE is paying MVM is redacted. Like they can redact the amount they pay them.
Brad, I want to go back to the piece that you said about how reading through is really triggering.
Yeah.
Like, what comes up?
I don't know, just like I don't know, just like my time there, I think. Like I just remember him it was like long, I don't know, this is hard, I guess. We did like 16, 17-hour days sometimes where it's like, and these people that are in detention, if you have any compassion or any sympathy whatsoever for them, you are looked down upon by your peers and by your superiors and by everyone that you're fucking surrounded by. So I automatically felt like I was unnaturally there, and I already had a problem. I went there with an idea of, I thought it was going to be closed because Obama just got elected, and he said that was the first thing he was going to do, and he did. It didn't happen. But I didn't know how long I was going to be there. I thought I was going to be there for 6 months. I ended up being there for 15. And it's a prison for everyone. It's a prison for the guards too, because a lot of the guards have the same sentiment as I did, and they can't say anything about it. You have to do your fucking job.
For anybody confused, he's talking about Guantanamo. Right?
Sorry, yeah. I worked in Guantanamo when I was in the Navy from 2008 or 2009, like 8-9 to 2010. But
so it's like there's almost tiers of the dehumanization at every level that you're describing.
And a lot of the people that were my superiors glorified folks that were there. There was a nickname for detainees, and it was fucking. It sounded racist as shit. Right when the first time I heard it, it was tainers. They called them tainers, and right when I heard that, I was like, this is not a fucking place I want to be in at all. Like the people here, I don't want to be around. I mean, there's exceptions to the rule. I met some great people too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like I sort of had to suffer myself a little bit just because I would watch what we were doing. I would participate in what we were doing. I would be a participant in what we were doing. There was right when we got there was a block that was all hunger strikers, and they would smear feces on the wall, they read this thing called the Manchester Document, which is a document that taught old prisoners from English prisons how to combat the guards, and that was one of the ways that they did it. So they all did it that way, and I still remember that smell to this day. Like that was the first thing I remember smelling, but then I remember just like why, what would bring somebody to that level? Like what was done to these people before I got here, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't really think about this that much, honestly.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing. Not that these things happen, of course, but there's somebody in the chat that was like, "Oh, it makes me feel dirty to have even voted for him when others tell me about it." And I think that feeling like this level of shame about it is a sign that you're growing and is like a consistent reminder that these things cannot continue to happen. So
I fucking hate myself a lot of the time when I think about what my service, and like I'm not proud of it at all, and I want to burn all my uniforms. I told my dad that. I was like, you can just have these if you want them. Like I don't want them. But yeah, maybe that's a big reason why I don't want to talk about it, is because of my own internal shame because of what I did.
It's crazy to hear Brad talk about this, because this is not the first time I've actually heard this exact thing from somebody. So my uncle served in Vietnam. He was a tail gunner on a Chinook. Who? Don't you start writing. I'm joking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I had to fuck with Maria. I fuck with Maria a little bit. And he was a tail gunner on a Chinook, and this was before they had the Air Force. He was the Army Air Corps, and he told me he actually started the sentence with the same thing that Brad just said, which is like, I feel dirty because one of the missions that he is no longer alive, by the way. This was a fun fact. This was like my father figure in my life, so I really looked up to this man. But being that they were used to go behind enemy lines, right, all the time in Vietnam, and these were his orders, and he was a young black dude just trying to do something. He didn't really join the army for any reason other than to get the fuck out of Pittsburgh. Long story short, they were on a mission. They were informed by a Vietnamese native that there was Viet Cong in a village. There was a fly team of 3 Chinooks. They carried about 6 to 8 man teams. The machine guns on the side of the Chinook would dismount, and they could like disembark with 4 man teams and only 2 pilots. Right? They just circle until they had to pick up the teams. So they were always the point. So the lead Chinook would land. So they did like a flyby. So they aired out the village because they were confirmed reports that there was Viet Cong in the village. They did a flyby, spun around, then they landed. He had to dismount with 3 other guys to check the hooches to see if anybody Viet Cong were alive or see confirmed kills, whatever. They landed and realized every single hooch that they shot up was filled with women and children. Now, they don't know if they were alive or dead when they did it. That haunted him for so long, to the point that he went to Hawaii one day. Oh, also, he was shot out of the air and like was stuck in a rice paddy for like a week until they could get picked up. So they were fighting the Viet Cong the entire time. But he stayed in Hawaii years down the road. Like he was like 60. He was planning on building like a house on this plot of land his buddy owned, to build like a house and live in Hawaii. He was there for 1 week. It rained. He freaked the fuck out and came right back home.
I think all of it brings up a good point of, do we need to hold shame over it, or could it just be guilt instead? So if guilt is I did something bad and shame is I am bad, right? Does it inherently mean that you are a bad person for the things that you do?
I can tell you like this. I know that my uncle lived every day of his life after that feeling some type of regret, to the point where it was my great uncle, by the way, so it was my grandmother's brother. So he was not, and we also weren't blood related, but for the first time my grandmother ever heard that story was when he told me when I was 14 years old, because I asked. He ended up passing away with that regret, right? He ended up passing away, never being able to. I was actually just told Brad this. This is funny enough that we're here now. I told Brad like 4 days ago, because Brad has a trip to Vietnam, right? Right? Wrong? Yes? No?
Yeah. Correct.
And I told Brad there's a 50-50 chance if I get my passports together, I'll go with him because my uncle always used to tell me that he always wanted to go back to the village because it still exists to this day. And he wanted to go and apologize to people who wouldn't remember shit about it or know him. But I want to go because for the sake of, I know that's something he wanted to do.
Sorry, let me rephrase it. What I mean though is, yes, absolutely. It sounds like he was holding a lot of shame. And Brad, I hear you describing having shame or sitting with a lot of shame as well. And I think that is also what keeps the trauma unprocessed.
Yeah, I think you're right. And me also avoiding thinking about it is a big reason why it's difficult for me to talk about it.
PTSD, essentially is bred and expands through avoidance. Talking about, thinking about, feeling about our trauma history.
I think.
Oh,
sorry.
No.
I was gonna say I think it took me deconstructing myself a little bit in order to transform it from shame to guilt, because I did think I was a shitty person as opposed to me doing shitty things. And I guess I now have enough experience. I don't even know what else to call it.
Perspective, maybe.
Experience implies that I went through something. I haven't been. I don't think I still have a lot to do.
You have more
Internal work.
perspective.
Yeah. So I don't like to say. Yeah, exactly. That's a better word. Yeah, and it's again a lot of my. I feel like a lot of my peers being so, I guess, for treating these people like shit, that I don't know. I was passive toward it, and I feel a lot of guilt toward that. I was passive toward that too because I was within my job structure. It's like, well, I kind of have to. I don't know. Not
Do you
let it.
guys
I don't know.
do you guys know? Okay, so we all know that slave catching in the United States is where policing comes from, right? Everybody is
Yeah.
well rounded on this. So there was I just wanted to make sure that we had context for that before I say what I'm going to say. So they would do this. Slave catching was not like you signed up for the job, it was assigned to people. Like all young men in any given city or town were assigned a shift of slave catching. And if you didn't do it, there were social and financial consequences.
Yep.
So I say that to say, and of course, there were people who were abolitionists, before abolition had a word that had slave catching shifts. And this is what you did in this society who expected these things of you, right? And I say that to say it is always going to be the goal of, the state and especially, the empire that we live in to make you do horrible things and then to turn it around on you and be like, well, how can you hold these values? You've done all these horrible things.
Yeah.
But, when you're turned against your peers like that and your other option is to die, because this is for your survival, coming out of those things doesn't mean you have to hold on to it forever. You just have to figure out how to never do those things again. And I think that you're doing a great job of that. So
They
I think
literally did study this. That's the Stanford prison experiment is one of them. Oh, same different. I found out that the kids in Minnesota right now, instead of playing cops and robbers at recess, they're playing Ice Agent and
that's really disturbing. That's really horrible.
Well, it's kind of like Ring Around the Rosie. What?
Yep, you're not wrong.
You're
not wrong.
They just see what's happening too, and they hear what their parents are talking about.
Sir Bradford, I would like to share something with the class so you don't always feel like you're fighting these demons on your own. For those who don't know too much about Triv, I'm a little tipsy, so I'm going to share this shit because I have a little confidence in me right now. I was a prior gang member, okay? I used to gang bang. I was a blood, right? I used to rob and fuck a lot of people up just because I could. So, for Brad, what I would like to say is living with demons is a regular thing, especially for a lot of us who came from fucked up past. So, you didn't have a choice in the military. I had a choice. I didn't, and I did. And the reason why I say that is because I was on the streets. I was in the streets. I was trying to live in the streets. I was trying to figure out life with no parents. You know, my grandparents were there, right? But they were born in the 1940s, so there was a disconnect on understanding. They didn't understand how a 13-year-old boy should live life when they are fucking 68, 70, right? My grandmother was still working, my grandfather was still working, and he was an alcoholic. So it really wasn't a best of place. And my dad was in and out of prison so fucking much. I knew he was a career crackhead. He done got stabbed in the neck in front of me. I have like 7 siblings. I didn't meet any of them right away in life. I didn't meet my mom until I was 15 years old. So I have like a lot of shit in my past that led me down a path of just destruction because I didn't give a fuck. Right. And the best thing I could do, right? At first I was depressed, so I was lashing out. So my depression led me towards doing Vine to make people laugh. Because I said, well, if I'm fucking sad, hopefully there's not another kid out there who's sad and can live a better life than me. Then I realized that shit didn't do nothing for me. I still had 2 suicide attempts under my belt. I'm going to be transparent. Right after that, right? That Vine shit didn't do nothing for me, but give me a little bit of attention. I don't know if I was in it for the right reason. But then, you know, I jokingly did this breaking news thing, and I realized how many people are not paying attention. And how many black women are dying because they're trying to get out of the South because they can't get proper care because they're in the middle of a miscarriage. Or how many of... Really, you can be transparent. It really only based this entire breaking news thing off of black people. And I realized how many other people really wanted to pay attention. Because I realized our people, in specific, don't like to pay attention to things like this because we feel like we don't have a voice. The only reason why I go against the grain and do the shit that I do is because, one, my checkered past and all the fucked up shit I did. There's a couple people out there who's probably still fucking hate me. It is what it is. It's cool. I did it. I've apologized for a lot of the damages and shit I've done in my life. Right? I have a lot of scars on my knuckles from punching people in the mouth who probably didn't deserve it as much as I should have probably thought of. It landed me in prison. Let's just get straight to it. That's what landed me in prison for a couple months. I broke somebody's legs with a baseball bat because I couldn't control my emotions. You know, like how I deal with it every day. Yeah, I drink. Yeah, I smoke a little bit. But at the end of the day, I know that I don't want my children to walk down the same path as me. Now, Brad, knowing that you don't have children, you have adopted us, nigga. So you have to understand that what I've tried to fight to understand, which I still fight with every day. Some days I'll shut myself in this room and you don't see me all day long because I'm still battling a lot of those thoughts.
That's why I think you should have a practice personally, but
or like a therapist.
Yeah.
Hey,
oh,
man,
I know. Maria.
Hold on, I just dropped my therapist in this bucket.
No. No.
I don't want to. I don't want to add on and be like, well, I also was a piece of shit, but like, I was also a piece of shit. So like, I get it. Like we talked about off screen. I call myself a recovering racist, and I also am a recovering addict. So like, the highs and the lows, the feeling like that old you is the only you. I can really understand that and tell you that the only thing I know is it makes me so mad when I think about my old self that makes me know that I'm not him anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I guess.
Do you ever though at the same time, Christian, like when you zoom out, get excited about the progress you've made too?
Oh, absolutely. I sit back and like I had those moments where I'm like, well, look at you, motherfucker, and then I'm like, all right, back to work because we ain't done yet.
Yeah.
So Brad always asks me, since we're in deep moments, right? Brad always asks me, especially around the house, Triv, why don't you fucking sleep? Right? It's hard to
Nightmares.
sleep. You know Nightmares. What? I sleep too heavy for that shit. Right? I sleep heavier than a motherfucker.
All right, therapist.
He does.
Hit me with this. What does it mean if I'm not having dreams or nightmares?
Wait.
You smoke too much weed.
I just sleep. I don't have either one. I don't dream. I don't have nightmares. I just sleep.
Well, scientifically speaking, you have a dream. Yeah, he's asking you. But scientifically speaking, you have a dream every night. You just don't remember all of them.
Correct.
I love your like nerd voice, man. It's pretty funny.
Literally ew.
I believe my hypothesis is that you smoke so much
THC or marijuana that you don't recollect on the things that have happened while you slumbered?
I should have got high for this.
I know that if you do smoke too much, you like lose the REM part, or a lot. It's a lot less. I know.
I do smoke a lot of weed, so that
That's what
does
you
make
dream is
sense.
that REM.
When I see people sober, I have to just say it. I don't fucking understand it. Like, I'm Cali sober. That's the best I can do for you because this world makes no fucking sense. I need to smoke something. I gotta do something.
Do you ever feel like anxious if you don't smoke? Like if you don't smoke, do you feel like you need to in order to do stuff?
Oh yeah, 100%. I traded my addiction for other things for marijuana. I was like, this one's safer. I'm gonna stick to this one.
Yeah, like
I
I
smoke.
smoke, but I don't need to. Like I can still find the joy and without doing it. I think
No,
that took a
I'll be honest
long
with you.
time for
If
me.
I wake up and don't wake and bake, my day's fucked.
Yeah,
I
I also
smoke.
did a lot for chronic pain because of my bus accident and shit.
I
But
smoke
yeah.
for the safety of others.
Same. Oh my god, that's the best way to put it.
Or we could just like learn how to regulate our emotions, you guys. Like I don't know.
I roll that
I
shit
look.
up in a blunt, Maria, and I smoke
I
it.
get high and then
Or
go to
you could like
therapy.
People don't want to feel their feelings. You have to feel the feeling.
you have to
Yes.
feel the feelings.
You
I'll
have
feel
to
it when
the
I'm
feeling.
30.
It's there.
I don't know about
No.
Triv, but I get dumb high and then I just cry. Like there'll be moments where I have like, oh shit, I remember that moment, and I get the tears out, let it go, and I'm good. I'm back to normal. We're good. We're cool.
Nah, shrooms
Just-
did that to me one time. I ain't like it.
I hate
Not
how men
shrooms.
have these experiences on like mind altering substances that women
Yeah.
have when they're 11.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but no. I
more
was raised. You take
emotional
everything and you just
intelligence.
shove it down.
You guys have the emotional intelligence of a teaspoon.
Yeah, I'm not hiding that.
You know what's
Like, do we want-
crazy? Can I be honest with you though? Mine's a little different than
No.
If you want to actually last with a woman, like stay with someone in a monogamous relationship,
Sorry, I couldn't help
you
myself.
gotta learn how to regulate that. No, I'm making fun of myself.
No, you're right. I feel like if you don't, and
Trent's
you
like,
just
no,
continue
you're not,
to,
Maria.
you're sort of continuing to push it away.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, it just.
Now,
And
look,
then
I go to
you have to
therapy.
pay me. You have
I
to pay
just get
me and pay
stoned
me
and
the
go to
big
therapy.
bucks.
Exactly.
That's my thing. I get really baked. I go to therapy. I talk everything out, and then I still get more baked. Like
Oh, that's a lot. As long as you have a therapist, I'm all for it. Triv.
Yeah.
I don't think my problem is not with getting baked. It's more like if you're you getting baked to avoid the emotion.
So fun.
Yes.
Okay, so
Precisely.
I'll tell you this. I am one of those people, like, if the emotions start to take over and it starts to get overwhelming, then I will like get a
Yeah.
different level of high. And then
So
I'll deal
I'm
with that
just
the
listening to
next
y'all
day.
talk about niggas who smoke weed to bury emotions. I'm smoking this blunt like a bad bitch. So go ahead, go
yeah,
off.
we see you.
And I think
It's not
there's
necessarily a
no
bad
way
thing.
you have to like raw
Yeah.
dog your emotions 24/7.
No.
Like when it starts to become overwhelming, you regulate it, but you always have to come back to it. Because if
Yes.
you always push it away, it teaches your body that you can't handle
And
it.
now from a
Yep.
message from one of our
That's so beautifully put.
message from one of our sponsors, Trojan. Make sure you stay wrapped up, fellas.
That's our sponsor.
Was that the message?
Yeah. Well, you said
No.
raw dog it, so I'm thinking if you want it, you know, sometimes you got to put a condom on it. You know,
Sometimes, all the time.
And fellas, that goes for you,
I mean,
men. Wrap it up.
Yeah, with these abortion laws, everybody wrap it up.
That goes for everybody with a dick.
We're
I
all
don't give a
broke.
damn.
I
If
got
you
a
got a
slogan.
dick, wrap it
I
up.
got a slogan that they taught us in elementary school. You ready? Wrap it up in latex, or she's gonna get your paychecks, fellas. We're too broke for that shit right now.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Where was that from?
Brother, California elementary schools, listen, we may have really good education. We used to say some low down dastardly shit.
I was about to say, you just hit me with the most misogynistic thing I think I've heard all day.
Brother, when they said that shit to me, can I be honest with you? When I learned that shit in 5th grade, I looked at everybody and said, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, what was that?
That's not even the worst thing I heard. You guys want to hear a fucking... Can I say this joke? Yeah, I'm black. Yeah, I can say this. Because the joke also involves Asians. I'll just leave the Asian one out of it. And I'll tell half the joke and you'll still get the point. a black man looked at me in my eyes in 4th grade and he said to me, "Do you know why Asians and black people are scared of roller coasters?" And I said, "Why, my fellow Negro?" And he said to me, "Because when it goes up, it goes, can't say that part. And when it goes down, it goes nigga, 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 nigga." And that shit to me was so insane. So when it goes up.
No, don't say it.
I'm not.
Don't say it.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like, this was some of the shit. I think back to this. This is why I brought it up. I think back to this shit now that I'm like 28 years old. Or am I 28? Yeah, 28 years old. And I'd be forgetting, bro. Listen, life's been fucking me up. Sometimes I feel 45. But I'd be thinking back to this shit that I was hearing in school. I'm like, oh my God. We got taught a song that was called you guys know it, but it's like, "Stop. Don't touch me there. These are my no-no squares.
Yeah.
RAPE. Get your hands." I'm like, what is happening right now? There's no way we should be singing.
We all knew that song, but nobody knew how to use a condom or birth control.
Sure don't. Exactly. I got 3 kids.
I can't pull out of a driveway. Yeah, like.
Oh no! Listen. By choice, everybody. There was no accidental nothing. All these little niggas were. Oh, I openly knew that this was happening. Love them.
It could never be me. I love that for you. It can never be me.
I just like you were taught those songs. Like I grew up where the Song of the South was taught to us in elementary school.
Stop. What?
Dixie?
Yeah.
So I'm from Midland, Texas. Tiny little oil dirt town. The co-author of Project 2025 is from there. I grew up like seeing him in coffee shop. He lived next to one of my childhood best friends. Yeah, hate that nigga. My best friend went to a school called Midland Christian that he propped up and ran and was on the board of. Anyways, I grew up in that town, just to like give you context of where I'm from. And our high school that I went to was called Robert E. Lee High School. Our fight song was Dixie. Our mascots were rebels. And that's on my diploma. The lady across the street flew a Confederate flag. We walked past it every day on the way to lunch.
I see those things all the time. As soon as you pass Rogers, Maria, maybe you can attest to this. Like right when you pass Rogers, it's like Confederate flags, fucking Trump signs, fucking all that bullshit.
My first time seeing a Confederate flag, I was a young black man from Southern California, 17 years old, gang banging hard. Guys, I got gang tattoos on my arms. At this point, I sound like Blueface every time I open my mouth.
Blueface, baby.
But I saw a Confederate flag for the first time. Mind you, when I was 17, was Trump's first it was his first run. He was just running at the point. He was not president at the time yet, right? And this nigga drove his pickup truck through the most raunchiest neighborhood in southern San Diego with a Confederate flag. That nigga didn't make it down one city block. When I tell you I ain't never seen no shit like that, I have never seen blacks, Mexicans, Asians, Samoans. We were at a 4th of July festival, everybody. And this nigga thought he was going to drive his pickup truck through every, it was like the United Nations done whooped his ass. They done dragged this nigga.
Solidarity.
They dragged this nigga up, and I was 17 years old and didn't know what to do. They was dragging this nigga up and down the street. The Samoans, once the Samoans got involved, they might as well just call the police themselves. They started fucking him up. Everybody, that shit, like, that's not a game. So I had never even known that niggas still flew that flag in California. And my jaw hit I knew the KKK was around, but they don't even fly that shit. That's what fucks. Let's talk about that. No, now I'm mad. I just pissed myself the fuck off. Because why the fuck do I be seeing Klan rallies and these niggas don't even use that motherfucker?
Dude, you say that, and I realize, like, I grew up in a position where, like, I had a boogie board with a Confederate flag on it when I was, like, 6.
Jesus Christ. Damn, did your family own slaves?
Probably. If I'm being really honest, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like.
Damn, wait. How long? Hold on. Sorry.
Every white person, you should assume their family either owned slaves or was just like.
Well, they had to have a little bit of money to own a slave.
Exactly.
So hold on, I want to get to something real quick. Trashy, is that house you're in? Is that passed down?
Yeah.
How many generations?
1.
So how long has your family been in South Carolina?
Yeah. We've been here. My dad moved down here. He was 16. He's 50 something now.
So where does your heritage come from?
In Connecticut. So my dad's side is from the north, and my mom's side is from the south. So, like, most likely, I have a situation where my mom's side owned slaves and then fought for the Confederacy, and then my dad's side fought for the North. Like,
how far back generations can you go with your family heritage?
Not a lot. I need to do one of those, like 23andMe's.
What kind of white are you?
Italian, German, and I do have Cherokee, but not enough to claim it.
What about you? Oh, I don't know who I'm pointing at. My bad. I forgot you guys are all on the same screen. Bradley, what kind of white are you?
While y'all do this, I'm going to go get some more weed. I'll be right back.
I'm Swedish and Norwegian. And with a little bit of German, I think. But yeah, mostly Swedish, Norwegian.
Maria.
I don't like that German shit. It's making me uncomfortable.
Damn.
What?
Mostly Scandinavian, though.
We got to give him some time real quick. Maria, what kind of white are you?
My dad's side was Czechoslovakian, so Prague and Slovenian.
Cool.
Oh, okay. It's a little different.
Why are you?
Because that's a little exquisite. That's like a motherfucker. You ask them what kind of white they are. It's like, oh, I am from Sicily, but my mother is from Monaco. You're like, oh, whoa, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's like throwing out shit to throw you off.
Basically, Minnesotan royalty is what that means. No.
Oh.
The trend is. We have a big trend side, though.
I don't care where white people are from.
My dad was the youngest of 11.
Ooh. That was aggressive. You didn't hear what Sissy just said?
Oh, wait, no. What?
Oh, I said I don't care where white people are from. I think they're all.
I mean, yeah, fair.
I love heritage.
I mean, I love that for you.
So I did
heritage.
I did my little DNA joint, right? I was very disappointed in myself.
Wait, Tripp, were you just waiting so that we could ask you what yours is?
No, not at all, because I was actually bringing this up to say I may be some of y'all cousins, or some of y'all cousins may have fucked my cousins.
Okay. Oh, Tripp is trying to figure out which one of us who's related by slavery.
Yeah, facts. Facts. I mean, if I'm being honest, that's the truth. Yeah, well, I didn't want y'all to ask me shit. Hey, listen, I lie like a motherfucker. I'm gonna say I'm 100% Negro. Nigga. I'm 100%.
Wait, Tripp, pull up your ancestry. What was it?
Yeah, you can't dangle that and be like, no, I'm not gonna tell you.
Now I'm curious.
I'm not gonna play reindeer games.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, please.
Boo this man.
It's too. All right.
Did anybody want to talk about anything else that's going on in the world? By the way.
Well, we are. We're just fucking around.
But we are.
I want to talk about lots of things.
How long are we actually trying to stay on here tonight?
Are you tired?
I'm down to stay until we just get bored. Like,
I'm always tired. Okay. Food would be nice at some point. But yeah.
That's why I got a snack. I know who you people are.
I
knew where I was going to be
chat,
for the next.
Y'all have any questions? Like, we're sitting here just talking. Chat, if you have questions for us, hit us with it.
They've been talking this entire time, everybody.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If they've got questions, I'd love to hear them.
Well,
guys, thanks for being vulnerable though and sharing things.
Very proud.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about myself is I'm an open book. I will say literally anything about me. Now, when it comes to other people, don't know what's going on.
Tripp and I were going to get into a fist fight about sharing.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. I believe in equal rights. I'm gonna get down. Hey, Maria, don't do that. I believe in equal rights. We can get jiggy. What's up?
I'm not afraid.
This has been an ongoing thing where I feel
I'm literally not scared.
Trying to share feelings, and there's this animosity between y'all two, and I don't know why.
It's the Cat Williams skit. Like, I'll never hit a woman, but I'll shake the shit out of a bitch.
No, there's no animosity. We just, I was like,
I know it's not animosity. It's like that's not the right word. It's more of a. I think Triv just doesn't want to share his. feelings.
Yeah, Triv has animosity because he's not ready to cry.
Triv's trying to fight it so hard.
Maybe that's it.
Yoda in the chat says, "I like the therapist lady."
Hey, I'm Maria.
No, Maria's really good at because I don't do this shit either. I remember when I talked to you on the phone like a couple weeks ago. That was a big deal and very helpful for me to talk about.
That's why I dodge her phone call so she can't get me.
What the fuck up?
Every time she tried to get me one time, I was walking. We was in Minnesota. It's negative 10 degrees. I got a face mask on. Snot's freezing on my fucking face. Here go Maria. Triv, you know you can talk to me about your feelings. Maria, nope.
You did end up talking to me about your feelings. I just want you to know that. With snot frozen on your face.
Well, nah, because I got pissed off. That's why.
I don't know why you avoid talking about your feelings like this.
While he thinks about a good answer, I saw a quick comment that somebody said Jewish/Italian. I don't know if that's bad. There's nothing wrong with being Jewish whatsoever. It's being a Zionist that's the problem. I just want to make sure we're very clear about that.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being any nationality that's bad or any ethnicity that's bad. Just don't be a bigoted piece of shit.
Yeah, and then realize if it's your ethnicity that's bad, realize the bad things that they've done. You know?
Yeah, like for example, I don't give white homeless people money because you had all the coins in your. I'm joking.
This motherfucker's not kidding. He's dead serious.
That's a lie. He's done it. I've seen him.
This motherfucker has told me that so many times. I believed him. Okay.
No, listen. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will ask you more questions.
We were by the temple that one day, and you gave that dude. I remember.
I gave him some money because he had a dog.
Yes. Come on, man. Come on. That's not why.
I don't know if Triv is joking or not, but I do feel this way. Of course, I'll give you money if I I'm your last option. You really need it. But I feel like often, especially white men in the South who are houseless, every red flag in the book is there for me to and especially because there are so many Black people in the South. Most Black people in the United States are in the South and are houseless. And I'm not putting money in your pocket before I put money in theirs, because the infrastructure for Black people or for people of color down here in general, they will die. Somebody will come get you. They will die.
I've been trying to start this movement of shipping our people from the South and freeing them again because I don't know why.
Don't ship them to the North, because the North was doing slavery too. Ship them niggas somewhere else.
You're right, but you're right.
All I want to say is I grew up here, and if we really want to, the best case scenario is just let them take over. Let them have the South.
No, they can't. They can't have Texas. They can have everything else.
Man, they can have all that shit.
This is my home, and I want it back.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say it.
Not me.
I'm gonna say it. The Mexicans do too. But hey,
Hispanic people are cool with Black people. They would split it with us.
Slow your roll, Jeffro.
They would absolutely split it with us.
That is not all the way true. There are such thing as very Spanish-looking Hispanic individuals who are not on our side. They're actually very racist.
Oh, well, I think that's true of any demographic. But as a whole, I think that most Latinos are chill with Black people. That's not to say that Latinos can't be anti-Black. That's definitely a problem in that community. But they hate white people more than they hate us.
Black.
And especially Latino people who understand that they're also indigenous. Indigenous people are definitely in solidarity with Black people. They would split it with us, or at least let us stay.
Do you think?
But I'm not leaving Texas.
Do you think it comes from the fact that some Latinos can be white passing?
Yeah. Well, I don't believe in white passing. I think, and I'm so glad that we're having this conversation now. Race is just phenotype. So when people are like, I am a white passing mixed person, or I'm a white passing Latino person, you are white. The way that you move through the world based on your phenotype is your race, because that's what that's how the government identifies you and puts you on the census. The self-identifying census makes it really confusing for people. But when the state looks at you, they look at you through phenotype, and that's how they identify your race. So being Mexican, not a race. Being, Middle Eastern, not a race. These are ethnicities with racialized, backgrounds. And so Latinos can be white. You can be two things at the same time. You still have Latino heritage. You still, come from the culture that you come from, and you are a white person. So I think that people's proximity to whiteness, whether it be culturally or, you have a racialized identity, but you walk through the world as a white person, all those things make you more anti-black because anti-blackness is, the on the opposite spectrum of white supremacy. So the more that
the Supreme Court Justice Jeffrey Meade, I'll give you examples.
Thomas Clarence,
give you examples of Negroes that are what she's talking about.
Yeah. So, and I do think that is why a lot of people are anti-black, not just in the United States, but globally. That's a global problem.
It is.
Is because, or Argentina, all these other places that even though they're in the global South and we pity them because, rightfully so, because they experience like harm from the United States and their military forces, but these are still anti-black places with their own sets of like social problems that largely come from colonialism, but like still, that's not cool.
The demonization of black is so deep rooted in most cultures that the color is seen as evil. That's the reason why whenever you see movies and TV shows and cartoons, you watching Hercules as a kid and Hades is wearing a black wardrobe with a dark blue. Like they depict these things in media and shit like this that you watch every day to demonize the color, to demonize. So you connect it. We're not even black. I've seen motherfuckers darker than me and they're Indian from India. You know what I mean? Like it's just about like they use that. Like that's why I don't say like I'm not a black American, but I'm an American of African descent, right? Because we've lived here for too long, or my family generations have been here for too long, But like, yeah, it's just the demonization of the entire idea of the color is insane. If you really just want to get down to the deepest rooted issue, black is seen as evil, dark, Dracula, blah blah blah, like evil shit. So of course your mind's gonna eventually be programmed for so long to think like, as a white person, that's where it starts. Like, oh, every time I see the color black, it's evil. I hear my dad saying those black guys over there, they must be evil guys.
And then people associate the color white with purity, like all of these things are like on purpose, whatever. But yeah, to answer your question, I do think that like the proximity to whiteness of it all is why a lot of other people of color struggle with black solidarity. But I also think that's on purpose.
Like a social construct?
Yeah. I think that's one of the ways that like the state puts working class people against one another is making all these divisions and then convincing you that, your proximity makes you better than these other people. Yeah.
Because if you realize the true nature of reality, you wouldn't see any division at all.
Because white people living in the trailer parks live the same life as a black person in the hood. You still got rats. Your crib's still tiny as fuck. You still fighting with your neighbors. You're still doing drugs. You're still selling them.
Grew up in a trailer park and grew up in the hood. I'll tell you right now, same fucking thing.
Motherfucker still missing teeth. The only difference is your daddy had a tractor. My daddy had a fucking 2003 Chevy Impala.
When I explain to people how much like white people love to hold on to racism, I always explain it by being like, white people, especially in our last couple of elections, have proven that they want the like gold star of being white more than they want anything else. More than they want housing, more than they want healthcare, more than they want infrastructure. You just want to know that you get a gold star because you're white and America is white and you're better than everybody else. Because that's what you have, largely. Like poor white people, all they have is the fact that they're white. And letting go of that, like, I'm better than everybody, even if I'm starving and my children hate me and my teeth are falling out, is like a big hit to your identity. And so white people will vote like this again and again and again. As long as someone keeps validating, I like you because you're white and you're better than everybody else because you're white.
That's all they have. Like,
that's
so if they lose that, they lose it all.
Speaking of the last election, I definitely think racism played a part in her loss. Do you think it was the majority part, or do you have other criticism you think were like the main reason?
Man, see, okay. There's a reason why I don't like this question, right? Because as somebody who knows a lot of her heritage being a California resident, okay, I have to say this in a way that I finally learned how to say this and not sound misogynistic, because it's not because she's a woman, okay? And it's not at all. But the actions that she has shown through media in LA and living in LA, that it was public knowledge of her showing she used to date a famous R&B celebrity and whatever, right? And these questions are being asked. I'm not upset that she didn't answer the questions. I'm more bothered by like when questions arose of why does it seem like before your political run, you were very black, and then your political run comes around, you're pushing the Indian, like you're from India more, you're Indian. There's photos of you of, you know, in full India, which is another part of your heritage. Fine. Totally cool. I respect that. But then when you get asked questions about anything you did that is seen in a, you know, black American light, like dating a famous artist or walking the red carpet or used to hang out with, the questions never get answered. And I get it. Maybe like, I feel like that was so damaging for me personally, because as a black person, you can't really, don't hide that. Like, you were kind of hiding it, and then when you get into the public eye again, now you're you know, the whole thing that the white people are trying to say, oh, she's using her black accent, but that's probably how she really talks. But it's like you're not talking like that. And then this whole thing, I don't know, I just feel like she perpetuated something that kind of irritated me, because like, be you 24/7. Why are you, I watched her switch it a lot, and I don't like that, because just be you.
I'm so glad that you used the word switch, because I think that, and like, I won't disagree with you. I of course, I don't think that her demeanor was the same everywhere she went, but I think that code switching, especially when you're someone who's public facing as a public of color, is like a normal part of survival.
Jasmine
Right?
Crockett doesn't do it though. But see, that's here's my
Jasmine Crockett does do it. She does it not at as an extreme of a degree, but Jasmine Crockett, when she's like speaking at the podium reading legislature, is completely different than when she's like doing her tour, or where when she's yelling at, what the fuck is that lady's name who's talking about her eyelashes? So everyone does do it.
So true.
And
I do it. I know. But like, my thing was, hers was so extreme, it started pissing me off. You know, and I just feel like, and then whenever it was like the ecstaticness I see her of her talking about her Indian culture that came with her family, she was like, every time I saw her talk about it, it's like, you're lighting the fuck up. You get asked anything about your black American livelihood of LA and everything you've been through, it's like, you don't want to talk about it. It's like, it's like, that doesn't help us. You know what I mean? I also, then, you know, it just doesn't help. I would have loved for her to won and been president, but like, fuck, man, like, you're not being who you are. Be you. Be like, you know, maybe there is a point where, especially as president, you can't have a certain demeanor, but like, let's just be real though. Like, be your black self too. Don't just push this Indian shit, which is fine. I want you to push both shits. Push it all. You know what I mean? Show it all. Show it off. Pop it off, but don't pick. Don't pick, man.
So I think she lost the election the night of the DNC. I think she lost it the minute she was like, we're going to have the most lethal military in the world. The minute she said, I'm not going to have a Palestinian on stage. The minute she said on The View, I'm not going to do anything differently than Joe Biden. I wouldn't have done anything differently.
Yes.
I have pushed back with that. And of course, because my criticisms of why she lost are different than Triv's, I do think that it was more about the way that she ran her campaign. The only pushback I ever have with other people is that I think that people blew out of context what she said about Joe Biden. They were asking her very specific about one specific piece of policy, like, or about like one, what they say. They said, would you do anything differently in Joe Biden's, like, through Joe Biden's presidency? And she said no. But she did not say that she would have ran her presidency identically to his. And I think that for what it was and for the places that we were, of course, all things considered, the fact that like that's a white man who like, you know, holds up the system. He pulled us out of the pandemic. You know, he created some jobs. I think that for what I expected him to be, he did a good job as president. And
yeah,
I think that
my only criticism of Joe Biden is genocide. Like,
yeah,
if I'm being bluntly honest, like
that, and there was a lot of like weird stuff happening to trans people under his watch,
yes,
and of course the ICE stuff. But like all of things I expected. Like I don't expect this progressiveness from Joe Biden.
Exactly. I expected him to do those things. I didn't expect I don't know why I didn't, but I did not expect him to fund a genocide, and I definitely didn't. I think what people heard that day when she said I wouldn't have done anything different is I also would have funded this genocide.
I think that's what people heard too. And because we live in a place where people are in a literacy crisis, whenever
Yes,
people make that point to me, I always encourage people to hear what she actually said. Everything
absolutely.
else is true. The thing about her not bringing Palestinians on stage, her walking the stage
Yeah.
with Dick Cheney, the comments about the military, the comments about Iran, all those
Yeah,
things
Iran.
verbatim.
That was
Yeah, all those things horrible, but I think people blow out of water what she said about Joe Biden, and I think that that's a lot of people's biggest gripe about her.
I think the reason why she lost is her whole entire campaign was built on the premise of like Trump is bad. That was the plan. There was no fucking plan. That's why I
Well,
get
it
frustrated.
was built on Trump is bad, so I'm going to be Trump light, and I couldn't understand what the fuck she was
I gotta
thinking.
get some pushback here. You know what?
There wasn't.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say there, like, if she would have had actual policy that she outlined and highlighted, there was like little bits and pieces of some shit that she thought she was gonna do, but there was no plan for anything that's a major platform issue. I felt like there was just an absence. That it was all about how bad Trump was, and we've tried this before. We tried this with Hillary. You know what I
I
mean?
think the
So
largest
I feel
percentage
like that
of
was a
the reason why she lost was the largest percentage of all the reasons were given. The main reason was because the DNC was trying to push that dead corpse to fight Trump because they didn't trust that she would win. And they put her in last minute, and she didn't have enough time to give a strong enough campaign to win that election.
she didn't have a campaign. There was nothing
Because
she
there
ran
wasn't
on. She
enough.
didn't
I
have
feel like
any
it
policy.
wasn't enough
Like
time.
See, I'm gonna
I feel
push
like she
back on
could have
that
had.
because in
I'm
every
gonna
other
moderate
country,
because you guys are sword fighting, so one at a
Okay.
time, please.
gotcha. Thank you. I'm gonna say push back on that and say because in most countries a campaign is run in 3 months, 2 months. Like that is the campaign. So she could have run a decent campaign in that time frame. Yes, I blame Joe Biden for not dropping out sooner,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, she had one job and to run a decent campaign, and she couldn't fucking do that. And I don't blame her wholly for that. I think she listened to the wrong people, and that led her down the path of I'm going to support genocide. I'm going to be the most lethal military, like all the things we've talked about so far. That's where I'm at. Like at the end of the day, I
And
don't
there was a lot
think
of performance too. I feel like just performative things that it wasn't policy. Like that's what I get. I guess energized when I actually see policy put into action or legislative work. Or at least I could see the plan and I know what the fuck you're doing. I didn't get that, and that's why I was so frustrated. I voted for her just simply because of the opposition, but that's not a good like. And I to this day, it's like I'm still like there's a part of me that's like burn the fucking system down. If we vote for these Democrats, we're not doing anything. We're not, other than perpetuating the same very system that we're suffering under. But that's a whole nother conversation, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that all of these things are true at once, right? And I
Mhm.
think that this combination of things ultimately is the reason why she lost. Like the the fact that she had 3 months and like understanding that other countries run their campaigns that way, but we understand that we live in a uniquely I would say like extremist political landscape and we also have a larger country. Like you need more time to reach more people and to reach them in the perspective ways that make sense for you to win a campaign.
Mhm.
yeah, I can see that.
So her having 3 months, I do think that that's a little short on time. And I think that Joe Biden knew that. I think the DNC knew that. But I also think that she did not have confidence in herself to run on the things that she knew people wanted. Um, and I think that yeah, that's because she was listening to the DNC. But even things as little as like her going back on her no fracking promise, right? These are all and I try to give her a little bit of grace because being a black woman that high up in the political landscape in this country, I think can be really not demanding. I want to say scary, but like that's not the word that I want to use, but it's the word I'll use for this sake. But yeah, I just think that she wasn't honest about her campaign.
Yeah.
I will say though, I still hold the conspiracy that somebody was touching those computers. I think she would have won regardless.
Mm.
only thing that gives that credence to me is the fact she didn't win one single swing state.
I also
like, are we serious? You think I'm dumb, bitch?
I also blame Jill Stein.
You can't though, because statistics show that didn't affect shit. I hate Jill Stein with a fucking passion. The woman should never show up again in politics, but statistics show she didn't affect it whatsoever. The people who sat on the fucking couch did.
I will say the way she bounced out of the way she bounced out of media's light was so gangster. I hate to say it like that. She said, "Don't vote for her, don't vote for her, don't vote for her," and then just disappeared. She said, "Yep, I'm out of here." She's like a bad.
She does that shit every time.
She's like a toothache.
And I'm so glad that you said it was people who sat on the couches. I do think that, and I say this as like a communist, I think that every time somebody looks at the numbers, they're like, "Oh, see, like third party voters had nothing to do with this." But like those people who sat on the couch use social media and they read the news and they read comment sections. And when you have so many people being like, "I know these are your two viable options, but both of them suck, and you suck if you choose them." But you have people who don't know anything about these third party candidates because we don't do that here. I think that the rhetoric around this election, along with the existing voter apathy, encouraged a lot of people to stay home. And I think that people who are more left leaning don't take enough responsibility for that because they don't want to feel like bad people. And who does that help, really? And I hate it when, socialists do this thing where they're like, "Oh, it wasn't us, like it could never be us." And, she would be just as bad. Because the only two options are true in my head, and I'm open to pushback from it. But either you really thought that this third party was going to win, which you can't look me in my eye and tell me that you think that that's true, or we need to have you cognitively tested, or you expected everyone else to vote for Kamala Harris and you thought he was going to lose and you were going to get to keep your dignity about your beliefs and the way that you voted. Either you were really okay with him winning or you thought that somebody else was going to win.
That's how I feel about RFK voters.
And I say this as a socialist.
I was about to say, I think I agree with you completely.
I mean,
I
don't know.
And this is not like giving credence to the fact that she's a piece of shit. Like, fuck her. She takes the APAC money. But also,
yeah, well, we do have to look in the mirror and say, like you said, we were in the. I'll speak for myself. I wouldn't endorse, but at the end of the day, I voted. Like, I couldn't put my name next to her and be like, yes, I'm going to vote for her. But I was like, I'm definitely not voting for that guy. Mm-hmm. I think the problem was a lot of leftists were in, like you said, comment sections basically being like, I'm just not fucking voting because both of them are genocidal and I'm not going to be a part of that. When at the end of the day, the only part of that election was harm reduction. That is the only thing that election was. And it's very hard for some leftists to understand harm reduction voting because at that point, they're just like, voting doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just burn the whole system down. I think it's time for us to rise up against the prison government.
Somebody in chat just said,
we don't give a damn what they said in the chat. I think we need to burn it to the ground.
I'm just waiting for that thing behind you to fall.
We're on our way to burning it to the ground. We're at 97 warehouse fires right now?
We need to work faster and harder, my brothers and sisters. The feds is coming to our doors. They're snatching the kids off the streets.
Oh, speaking of kids.
There's niggas starving.
Please.
We must fight this oppressive system, and we must stand together, black, brown, white, or round. We must fight.
Somebody take the bottle.
No.
Right.
I was the one that bought that bottle for him, so I take the blame, I guess.
Brad, what are you doing? Just kidding.
I see the chat saying we're in triple digits for the fires. Thanks, guys. I haven't looked at the numbers in a couple days.
Hell yeah.
I apologize for that episode. I don't know who that nigga was.
I love how you had to turn your camera off to like change character.
But somebody in chat brought up the vote blue no matter who people. So I I can't. I agree with you more that leftists had us being in comment sections played a role. How much of a role do you think people saying "shut the fuck up," don't criticize, and just vote blue actually sat people down to being like, "Fuck it, both sides suck. I'm just not coming out."
Of course, I think that. But I think I don't think, and this is largely why I think about the way that leftists and liberals argue with each other, kind of like I think about diaspora wars. Everybody, it's that Spider-Man meme, the one with the 3 Spider-Mans, and everybody's pointing.
Yep.
Everybody wants to blame each other. Nobody wants to say what the fuck they did. Like, and it's not productive, right? So all that we can do at this point is be like, yeah, you was fucking up. Yeah, I fucked up. How do we fix it? But I'm not really interested in spending the rest of his term talking about who could have did what and why, because like children are in detention centers pregnant by their commanding officers.
I agree completely. My only reason I bring this thing up is I want to figure out the best way going forward now. So I like to look back and go, what the fuck did we do? We've got a couple months to really get locked the fuck in. Whose message are we locking in? That's where I'm at. Like I've been saying this since we lost. It's time for the liberals and leftists to fight it out. Somebody's got to fucking win, and then when they do, we got to back them. I don't care if the liberals win at this point. I will back you if that's what I have to do. But I don't think you have a chance to beat my policies.
I just don't know what policies they have. I still am confused on what the policies they want. Like,
and this is what I'm saying. When we're talking about liberals, like right now they're propping up Gavin Newsom still. I can't get behind that personally. That is worse than Kamala Harris to me.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. I agree. He's fucking horrible.
Triv.
This is what I mean. We must tear the establishment down brick by motherfucking brick. Damn it!
I mean,
these
honestly,
crackers is laying in our face. These niggas don't know how to act. They don't know how to lead. Them niggas couldn't lead a horse to water and make it drink if they held it by its throat. Damn it!
I'm so sorry. Did you turn your camera off to go get a straw to really
amp it up,
drive the character home, or?
I thought that was a blunt.
I also thought it was a blunt.
Oh, is it?
I hear a whole lot of motherfuckers in my goddamn business. The point of the matter is these rich fucking pedophiles is living up the high life, sending your sons and daughters to fight in a war for a nation full of crackers with money.
It's a straw, right?
Somebody said the pimp named Trev.
We need to stand against the establishment. We need to rise up. If we was in France, this shit would have been got together, goddammit. I remember the days when we used to drag the rich and pompous out they motherfucking cribs.
I love the sentiment. I know what you're saying. The problem is the French police don't shoot back. That's the only, like, if we're being bluntly honest, the reason you don't see what they do in France
you know what I gotta say to that, my fellow white man? You know I gotta say, my white brother? They ain't stopped making guns when they made theirs. We need to.
I got plenty of them right over here. What I'm saying is the masses are not prepared to go and put their lives on the line for what their amenities have not been taken.
You know what? You know what? Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you like this. Niggas need to stop being pussy. Listen, we need to rise up and tear the establishment down brick by brick. Say it with me. Brick by brick. We need to just take it and just fold it up, put that bitch in the trash can, and get it the fuck out of here. Okay? All right. Sorry.
Trashy, are you a accelerationist?
If I am, and hard, and then ideally I understand I don't want that much harm to happen to so many people to get what I want.
I think accelerationism causes more harm than good.
That's when my brain starts running. Go ahead.
What'd you say, Bradley?
Is there a line? Do you know like what that line would be? If there is a line, I guess.
See, that's my thing.
Yeah.
A line as far as what?
When it becomes more harm than good, I guess.
Yeah. I think that and I don't have like it's not like this is the exact scenario where I draw the line in the sand. But I think anytime that you're making a conscious decision and you're like, this is gonna make people, so poor, so sick, so whatever, that they're gonna have to realize that somebody doesn't care about them and they're gonna have to wake the fuck up. That to me is accelerationism. And I just don't think that that's productive. I think
That's
that
the part that keeps me. Sorry to cut you off. I am, but
you're good.
that's the part
You're
that
good.
keeps me from being able to preach it. Because in my brain, I go, "This is the right thing to do." Because at the end of the day, more people will prosper from getting this done than will be hurt. But at the end of the day, I don't want that many people to be hurt to begin with. So it's
Yeah.
very hard for me to preach my full thought process on it. Because in reality, if I had the choice, we would burn this motherfucker to the ground. People would, their toys would be taken from them, and they would ready to go to fucking war. Like,
Yeah. I'm kind of an
that's
accelerationist when it comes to the people in the Epstein files. Like those people, I'm sort of like, yeah, just
Yeah.
and
To me that's
even
not acceleration. That's
I don't know,
justice
I
though. Like
know
I believe in
it's just
killing
what it
people.
is. Well, I'm
yeah.
saying, but there's a lot of people that are in those files that are probably associates of the fucking pervert, or like they have a. I don't really make that distinction. I'm sort of like, if you're in there and you're fucking doing business with this fucking guy, you're probably nefarious as he is. And I
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah, and
want
I believe that, the appropriate justice should be served to you,
yeah.
whether you're associated or whether you're, the one rounding up the children and putting them in that man's hands. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like to me that's not accelerationism. And I say this as an abolitionist,
Mm.
right? Reformative justice does not mean that everybody gets a free pass. It means that the punishment that you get for your crime serves the needs of the victims over, my desire to punish you,
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
right?
that's
That's not
right.
accelerationism to me.
Right,
I'm thinking
right,
about
right.
accelerationism in terms of the way that you treat working class people who are still like hanging on to the tips of like capitalism, thinking that it's gonna work out for them one day.
Right.
My version of that is basically take out the fucking power supplies, take out the water supply, take out what you got to do, and get people to be like, "Oh shit!" Like it's either
Mine.
survive or die, and that's when people fight. And the problem is, like I've been saying this entire time, I can't handle the idea of that many people suffering just for more people to prosper in the future.
And you have to think about whenever, and I understand why people like cling to accelerationism, especially as bad as things have gotten. I'm not saying that I don't understand the merit behind it, but you have to think about people who cannot fend for themselves, right? Accelerationism in the end hurts primarily disabled
Right.
people and children,
Yeah.
and especially disabled people of color, queer disabled people, these people who are already on the margins in our cushy society. They get the brunt of that. They do not come out of that. They do not survive. And
And what is
so,
the? Yeah, I agree, totally agree. I think
yeah.
that's
This
a
would be
really
why I would
important
call
point.
myself an idealist communist and a realist socialist. That is the
Mm.
way I describe my politics. Like I
Mhm.
want us to get to communism, but realistically, I'm gonna get us to socialism most likely.
What do we feel
Mhm.
like the best from both standpoints that I've heard? Um, I know it's hard to
Oh,
believe I was paying
is
attention
the man with the hat gone?
for right now. Um, what would be the best solution then, right? Because if what you guys are talking about, if that is one way that is harmful for disabled and elderly, everything you just named, then what would be a perfect solution to a better way of life for us here?
Getting our way out of this, but that doesn't feel like a reality to me.
What, getting out of this?
Voting our way out of it.
Oh no, that's not
No, that's
realistic.
But I'm
impossible
saying a
to.
perfect solution would be we could vote our way out of this.
Right, if that actually
I
worked.
think I think a that's like an ideal solution. I think a
Yes.
perfect realistic solution is that I believe in utilizing electoral politics to put into power as many people who are revolutionary as possible and then allowing them to dismantle things, right? I think that you need two things for a nonviolent revolution. You need allies within your government system, and you need like working class people to be on the same page about what is necessary. And I think a lot of that looks like mutual aid, it looks like system
Yeah.
divestment, and it looks like education, right? Working class people cannot organize for themselves if they don't understand what's on their ballot, if they don't understand dog whistles, if like all of these things, right? You need both of those things for nonviolent revolution. So I think that voting is part of it, right? Like I'm gonna get in as many people with the type of politics that I want to see as possible and allow them to kind of hold back the fire while I organize the rest of my community. And when people are strong enough and ready enough, you stop using the system the way it's designed to be used. And you know that you have people that are going to back you. And if those people, for some reason, the way that the like our political system always has a way of making politicians kind of like divest from their promises. If those people don't end up backing you, you have divested from those systems in a meaningful way to where you can sustain yourself.
I hear you. I understand you. My brain goes, burn the bitch to the ground is the only way it's going to work. Like,
that is burning the bitch to the ground. I don't think that burning the bitch to the ground always has to mean warehouse fires. Pro warehouse fire, do more of that. But also, what other ways? Ideally, the way that you hit a capitalist is by making them broke. Like that's the bottom line of it. If I'm not buying from you, if you can't use my labor as slavery and give me a slave wage, right?
So
Like
essentially, what
this
you're
power dynamic doesn't work anymore.
What you're describing is what we do, what people are suggesting with Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, yeah. You have to figure out a way
yeah
to take back some of those power dynamics. That's what burn it down means. Because when working class people have more of those power dynamics in their favor, things start like that's not how capitalism works. And so capitalism starts to malfunction on itself inevitably.
I also think that that patriarchy is a huge part of this, because I feel like as soon as we replace a system with another system that's a hierarchical system, then we're not necessarily solving anything. And when you say, I guess, divest in these things, and I'm saying that is good, but we're still essentially in the very system that is upholding them as well. Even when we say divest, it might be harmful to those oppressive people and systems, but I'm sort of, I guess, playing devil's advocate a bit, just because when Trashy, you say burn it down, I understand, I guess, more so what you're saying when we're talking about these systems that are built on hierarchy. And again, unless we want to move completely to a matriarchal system, which I do,
We do.
uh, we're really just, even if we put in like a powerful woman, it's still a hierarchical patriarchal system. We did with Margaret Thatcher. We did it with powerful women in the past, so I guess that's my only 2 cents about everything you just said is, divestment is good, but it's still working within a capitalist framework, which is the burning. I guess.
Yeah, I don't think divestment is the end result. I think that divestment is the first step, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that divestment gives you more time to figure everything out. But as long as I'm still relying on my state that I know is unreliable, I'm a bad comrade because I'm compromised, right? If I always need something outside of myself, if I can't rely on my neighbors, if I don't really understand what's happening to me, I just know that it makes me angry, I am not in a position to help my community. And so divestment takes care of a lot of those things. And then you can start being like, I actually really don't like that this thing that is more misogynist than I thought it would. Oh, actually, that's super racist. We're not doing that. And we're not doing it because I'm not existing within a framework where I have to accept it to survive. Right? Divestment makes all those other things possible.
Right. Now, what do we do when we have such a large group of people that are against all the things that you
I
mentioned
think
or
we
want to
should just go
perpetuate?
back to trading cocoa beans.
I believe in putting niggas against the wall personally, but
about to say this is where I get like in trouble. Kill them motherfuckers. Like, I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I want a better goddamn world. And if it to means that I got to take out some assholes, fuck it. I said what I said. I'm not speaking for
Now,
everybody
do
else.
you think?
Speaking for myself only. Period. I don't give a fuck about their lives because you know what?
I don't
They don't
necessarily
give a fuck
disagree,
about mine.
but do you think that that we're sort of throwing a sledgehammer, which can spread the same hate and sentiment of that. If we do that too much, I don't know. Again, this is maybe a leather, where is the line type of question, but I'm sort of like, I guess, pondering when the harm we're doing starts to spread into, because when we kill, I feel like this is more of a karmic answer than anything. I guess the more harm we do, the more harm we're actually going to have come right back at us in one way, shape, or form. I don't necessarily know how.
But you also can't heal a wound until you clean out the infection.
I'm not suggesting that we don't clean it. Yes, correct. I guess I'm only sort of, again, playing devil's advocate. I agree with everything. Actually, I agree with Trashy, but I'm sort of like, I guess, trying to look at this from a different perspective.
I don't know why he looks so surprised.
I was
realistically, right? Triv's serious thought. Realistically, I believe if people can adequately understand, people can comprehend that we make the same fucking wage, we live the same life, same paycheck to paycheck life, but then the motherfuckers above that are the issue. So I had a whole argument with my old roommate, way back, who was a DJ, and he was big in the music industry, and he was like, these guys are these Zionists. That's not what he said, but he used the word Zionist. Because the guy he was talking about is a Zionist. He was like, this Zionist is the issue with the music industry because he's making all these artists make certain kind of rap songs and blase, 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 blase. And my argument to him was, you're very correct. Now, this guy who's a multi-billionaire is the problem, but the people below him, these artists that you get thrown in your face underneath specific labels, you get certain artists who talk about certain things, who are doing exactly what he wants them to do by paying the money, they are also the problem. So you have to start knocking the pyramid down, right? And you have to start really attacking those who are standing in the way of that. So we have a lot of this in politics, the same way it's in the music industry. There's a lot of fucking people we may not see as a problem, but somebody saw Charlie Kirk as, now there's the conspiracies about this, but people saw Charlie Kirk as such an issue that he had to be taken out, but that's not the people at the top, right? And I'm not saying that should happen to everyone, but there's certain things that should be happening that these people who are in front of us that are a problem should also be essentially removed, because they're just going to fall in line. People like us sitting here aren't going to just agree with any fucking thing. I tell people all the time, fuck that, fuck no. I'm
suggesting that we tear down the entire pyramid.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. But I also feel like you have to understand. A lot of people don't really what Sissy was talking about with literacy. You have to have media literacy. You have to be literate in everything. You can't just be literate meaning I could read. No, you have to be media literate, right? You have to understand when a motherfucker's just playing reindeer games in your face. You have
even reading, you can read, but can you comprehend? Do you know what you're reading? This is not just about.
Yeah, even these niggas on TikTok. There's somebody, I'm not going to say his name on here, but there's somebody on TikTok. When he said what I told you guys earlier before we started this live, the shit he said was very disparaging, because then you had a bunch of crackers in his comments eating that shit down. Oh yeah, I side with you, a black man who just said a white man is braver than him for standing up and protesting. Excuse me? My ancestors would stand against that entire fucking phrase. You know what I mean? So you that's something else. Even if he didn't know he said it, you have to be literate enough to know that you don't got to cry about it or complain about it, but you have to understand for yourself, hey, whoa, this is a problem. That shouldn't have been said. Now, the problem I also feel like we have in society today is we fucking make everything a spectacle. So everything's a show to everyone. Some things just don't have to be a show. If you don't like a content creator because of something that's very just I see a lot of people who make these videos. This is just talking about the system shit. And they make these videos about creators, and it's did this really need to be a video, or was this a personal opinion that other people shared with you? Right now, when you have somebody who doesn't says they're for Israel invading Palestine, okay, big thing. Let's talk about that. Let's just make a video about that. But you don't like somebody because of certain things that you don't agree with them. Why is it a spectacle? We have to just start being able to all understand and be literate. This person's a piece of shit. And the only way we're going to get there is everybody is fucking smart enough and doesn't listen to Fox News and doesn't listen to fucking podcasters or motherfuckers like Jeffrey Mead or the older millennial. That's the problem. If you had some type of literacy.
The only way to get there is take away the fucking toys.
You said that as we're on a podcast.
No, but listen. But I give everybody free reign here to make your own opinion. I'm not going to come up here and say, they're eating the babies. Oh, they're eating them.
they're putting them in salads. And they're taking them to
They're
taking them to the Grand Canyon.
I mean, they literally
But like you see, but this is the problem. The motherfuckers over there will start cool at first for a second. They'll say something. You're like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, they're eating the babies, but then they're putting them in pyramids in the Grand Canyon, and then they're fucking like, oh, all right, bro. And then we start getting into this fucking stupid shit, and then we get problems. Then we get these motherfuckers who, that's why we got Trump. Everybody, he just said shit. And these motherfuckers ate it up. He said, he started, you know what he did? He went up on that goddamn stage and he would say shit and he realized everybody would start cheering. So he would say something more heinous to see if they would cheer some more. And he's like, oh, I could get away with anything.
Have you guys seen that Family Guy episode where she's like, 9/11 was bad? And it's like the cheering. 9/11? That's literally him.
9/11. Yeah, I know.
And it's like the cheering.
And honestly, the more like satirical cartoons are coming out with shit, like it's not even funny because it's like the reality is worse than what you're trying to paint as a joke.
Every time I see like a post from The Onion, I'm like, I don't know how you guys aren't out of business yet. Like the shit is crazy.
Didn't they just actually finalize the purchase of InfoWars?
By the way, Tim Heidecker is one of the funniest individuals. I thought he was funny before he's like the new host, but he's the new host and is just fucking awesome. I think anyway. I'm an older dude, so I watched a lot of like Adult Swim when I was growing up, and I used to watch Tim and Eric.
Hey, I had a fucked up childhood. I used to sneak and watch that shit.
I think I'm the youngest person here. What are the InfoWars?
InfoWars is Alex Jones' old show. But
you don't know who I am.
The Onion bought it out, so now they're completely flipping it, and it's gonna be like a lefty.
You ever seen the clip where he's like,
type show?
They're turning freaking frogs gay? That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Seen that clip?
Oh, you have to. They're turning the freaking frogs gay.
So yeah, Tim Heidecker does a great impression, and he does that too, and he's starting to like develop his persona. It's really funny. I think anyway. Check it out sometime.
I love that.
Can we therapize, Maria? What would possess a white man to say they're turning the frogs gay?
Well, obviously they're turning the frogs gay.
Listen, everything that man says is insane or just funny. It's a performance. That's what he is. He's like a circus clown. Or
I would love to hear Maria's opinion on this.
Fun fact: clowns are racist, but after Maria,
they are.
Clowns are racist. Yeah, that's doesn't shock me.
I technically can't really say, or I can't diagnose him with anything because I'm not his therapist. That's my PC answer.
What
but
do you have hey, can I ask you a question, Maria? Do you have like booklets on each one of us and like diagnosis?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How thick is mine?
I actually bill your insurance. You just don't realize
oh shit.
I'm kidding. No, are you asking about Trump doing all that? Like what it?
No, the frog guy. I don't know his name.
Oh, was that Joe?
Yeah, it was Alex Jones. I think he was asking basically what would make somebody get onto a podcast and scream about that. Like what's going on in that mind?
Well,
not much.
There's a lot of dead air.
Or if it is thinking, he's going down these self-created rabbit holes.
How does what's everybody's opinion on the guy that's still on the bridge?
Okay, I need to be told about what's going on. I have no idea about this.
Yeah, I don't know this story. Who was the bridge guy?
So the gentleman is protesting the Iran war, but he is not. This is not the first time he's done this. But
what bridge?
There's a bridge in DC, but there's like the only way. It's like the archway on the bridge. So there's no actual physical way you can get up there unless you fucking frog crawl, like army crawl that shit with your hands, right? He got up there. No, my misinterpretation. This was on May Day, May 1st. My interpretation was
he set up a tent.
My interpretation was he got down. I followed the story and I'm thinking, I've seen a lot of people do this. They're down by 2 a.m. Like they done got ladders, fire department, helicopter. Today I was on a live of a gentleman in DC who was recording him. He said, breaking news, the guy's still on the bridge. I said, excuse me? That nigga has been up there for 3 days, going on 4 now, and they've left him up there. Yeah. I don't know how he's shitting. I don't know how he's pissing. I don't know. I honestly made a video because I was so perplexed by how this is still
And he's still up there.
They updated it 2 hours ago. He's still up there.
They did an interview with him. He sounds pretty like a smart guy. He's a vet too, I think, and was talking about how wars are acting, which I like to say.
I'm pretty sure Jolly Good Ginger interviewed him.
That's what it was. Maybe that's what I saw. Yeah, he like got a call with him or whatever.
He has a tent set up there.
Yep. Yeah, I mentioned that. Which is cool as hell. I'm surprised there's.
So the answer is he probably has like a camping bucket. That's how he's going to the bathroom.
Yep. Yeah. And then eventually he's gonna have to empty it. So I would hate to be the person that's right underneath when he does that.
I hope it's when the police come.
I was gonna say it would be funny if you could like see the police cars from the bridge, and that's when he takes a piss.
Because let's be honest, I know he's been up there, and I know the cops haven't fucked with him or nothing, but I already know what's gonna happen. I give it 1 week. What's today? What's it? Sunday? I give
Sunday.
it 1 week from today. We're gonna hear the man on the bridge. He needs to go. I ordered the DC police to go retrieve him from our big, beautiful bridge, and they're going to try to go grab his ass.
No, they're so fucking stupid. They'll knock the bridge down before they go get him.
He's done this before. He's not coming down.
Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's up there. I think he's probably has like MREs and shit. Like he can be up there for a while, I'm sure.
Somebody in the comments said, are we doing parlay bets?
You know what pisses me off? There's definitely a website doing bets on how long he's up there now.
Yeah.
I wonder if like
for research purposes, can you let me know the website?
Like with a drone or something.
Polymarket.
I got $15.
Oh. I think we have some
but I was trying to think. I don't know. I know we just went off on a rant. I love talking to you guys, you know? A lot of shit thought.
Yeah, we did kind of go off on a rant a little bit, but I thought it was a productive rant, nonetheless.
It's 2 hours of footage.
I might scoot because I have not eaten dinner.
Yeah, we can.
Please eat dinner.
Well, that was my way of saying we're gonna get off here.
Oh, okay. Well,
but
I was
didn't
gonna
really get it. You know what? We talked a lot about feelings, and I like it. I like not talking about this fucking fucked up world we live in all the time. So I appreciate that.
Cool. When I make the thumbnail, I'm gonna put a bunch of flowers.
Yeah, there's ways to talk around it. Is there something wrong with flowers, Triv?
Yeah.
I love flowers.
Flowers make me think of therapy.
That felt like a dig at me, and I want to just say fuck you, Triv.
I don't. You know what, Chris?
Christian, respectfully, you didn't have sheets on your bed. They weren't. It wasn't edgy.
I got blackout right now, dude. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew that.
You're so right. I'm so sorry.
He was washing them, everyone. He's washing them, okay?
I'm washing my sheets, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Damn, dry snitching on me. That's crazy.
You're right. I did. I really did. I'm so sorry.
No, that's really funny.
Hey, thank you, everyone that was watching. We really appreciate and love all y'all.
We will be back next Sunday.
Yes,
Courtney, we can talk about the clowns next time. You're right. We didn't talk about the clowns. We can talk about
actually. Can we do that real? I need to know, or else I'm going to.
We're saving it. No, we're saving it. We're saving it.
We gotta save it.
All right, everybody.